and these are the colors that are available. Once a color is picked out, we install all of our shingles with 6 nails per shingle. So they're nailed down in the courses, nice and neat. Generally, it takes about a day and a half for our crew to put a new roof on a home, depending on the size of the home, of course. The average size home is 25 squares, which would be 2,500 square feet, and we can do one of those easily in a day. I also guarantee that any of our customers who have a roof done, there'll be no debris whatsoever. Whether we're taking off a tile roof or an old shingle roof and replacing it, the guys are extremely fanatical about keeping everything nice and neat. And almost all of the debris, when we remove the roof, the guys will put a tarp down next to the driveway, next to the garage door, and then they'll back a little trailer in. And the trailer, all the debris comes off over the garage and is dumped into the trailer. So 99.9% of it comes off the front of the house. A little bit of things fall off around the edge, but very, very minimal. And they're excellent at cleaning all that stuff up. So nobody has any mess whatsoever. No bits of shingles or bits of concrete from the tiles or nails, which can puncture a tire. I guarantee no one will have any of that. Something also that GAF came out with, this sits on top of the roof, and this is a little mini, what this is a ridge vent. It's called a Cobra shingle over ridge vent. And to make the roofs last longer, and also to help keep the attic cooler in your home, you see a ridge vent on top of most homes. And this ridge vent is made out of ABS plastic. This is the plastic that wave runner hulls and small bolt hulls are made of. It's very, very strong. This particular ridge vent is nailed down with a 3-inch long ring shank nail every 4 inches, all the way along both sides, the front and back edges of this, along the top of the roof. So it's called a shingle over ridge vent. This is a little cutaway design so you can see where it works. This is actually what it looks like from the street. And you just see this nice little black edge. Now the hot air, as it builds up and gets warm in your attic, the hot air exhausts itself through the bottom of this vent. The hot air goes through the bottom of this vent and it's fed out through these little veins here, which are filled in. Bugs can't get in and critters can't get in, but the hot air can exit. So it's real tasteful with a nice shingle that covers it. There's no exposed nails, which is an awesome product, and it's totally earth-proof. This adds a lot of value to the house. It makes the roof last longer because not only does the sun cook your roof from the rays coming down at it, if you have all that pent-up heat in your attic and it's 160, 170 degrees, you're baking your roof from both sides, the top and the bottom. And it's just an excellent, excellent product. So we put this on all of our houses that we do. Yes, ma'am.
The architectural shingles, is there an advantage to having architectural shingles, or is it mainly just pleasing, another style?
Okay, that's a good question. And there is an advantage to the architectural shingles. The old style of shingles was a 3-tab shingle, and the 3-tab shingles each shingle is 12 inches long. The full shingle is 3 feet, but it has 3 little tabs hanging down. And you guys have driven by houses and you've seen, oh, there's a shingle missing there and a shingle missing there. You can see it real easy from the street. But none of us have driven by a house that has dimensional shingles and seen a dimensional shingle blow off. There's a couple different reasons why. One reason is because the shingles are still 3 feet long with the dimensional shingles, but they're all one piece. So they don't have the 3 little tabs to flop up and down. It's all one piece. It's a lot harder to get something big to flap up and down than it is something little. Another reason is the shingles, when they are made, in this little diagram here, the overlapping, the way the dimensional shingles are overlapped, the bottom edge of the shingle, if this was a whole shingle, this whole thing, there's a top of the shingle where the nails go that you don't see because the next shingle covers it, and then there's the bottom side. The bottom side is actually 2 layers thick all the way along. So it's twice as thick, twice as heavy as a 3-tab shingle. And not only is it twice as heavy, it's 3 times as long. It's 1 foot, it's 3 feet wide. That's a great question. The customers ask me, can I save any money if I use 3-tab shingles on my roof? You can save a couple dollars per square. Roofs are measured in squares. Each square is 100 square feet. You can save a couple dollars a square, like $3-4 a square, but is it worth it? It's really not worth it. It's really not a good investment. Now, sometimes investors will have to put a new roof on a home in order to sell the house because the sale's contingent on having a new home. And believe it or not, sometimes the investors, they want the cheapest roof they can possibly put on. And it's a shame, and I try and talk them out of it, but they're gonna do what they wanna do. It's their home, they can put any roof on that they want. So in order to get their business, I have to meet their needs, and their needs are to save $50 on the roof, so that's what they do. But unfortunately, the people that are buying the home are getting less than what they could have had. The people buying the home would definitely have thrown an extra $100 in to get the nice shingle.
So the lesson learned is if you're buying a house and it needs a new roof, make sure that you specify the roof that you want when you write the offer.
To specify the roof that you want, number one, you want self-adhering underlayment instead of tar paper. Tar paper still meets the codes, so you can still use tar paper on a roof. Why would you ever want to? If a hurricane came through on one of the roofs that I described that our company puts on, if a hurricane came through and it blew 3/4 of the shingles off the roof, they're just gone. The one thing that's gonna save that house, to save that roof, is the self-adhering underlayment, because that's stuck to the wood.
Yeah.
Unless the whole roof is off the house, I mean the wood and everything, that roof's not leaking. And one other benefit to using the self-adhering underlayment and renailing the decking is, each one of our roofs comes with a wind mitigation inspection and a report for your insurance company. You guys familiar with that? Okay. The wind mitigation inspection in Tallahassee, they passed a law in 2008, and if you have a new roof put on your house, the chances of any damage coming from a storm and harming your roof are lessened a lot. Number one, because all the decking, all the wood got renailed, and number two, because you have the self-adhering underlayment, it's not gonna come off like tar paper. So all of our roofs have a wind mitigation report and inspection, and it comes complimentary with the roof, no charge. It's a 4-page report. It has photos involved in it. It's done by a general contractor, actually a friend of mine. And that's saving people typically between 18 to 30% per year on your homeowner's insurance. Now that's money that you don't have to pay your homeowner's insurance company. So little by little, the roof actually pays for itself.
And to add to that, those wind mitigation reports can be used for about 5 years.
Yeah. So
So you
if you're
get that
saving
same
$500 or
discount.
$600 a year, it just keeps going, you keep saving. And that's something that prior to 2008, they weren't doing this. So, good question. Anybody else have any questions? All right. Well, thank you very much, you guys. I appreciate you letting me-
Great.